Record. Okay, I'm turning it over to you guys. It's Ashley on the left and David on the right.
Yeah, let's not get that confused. No. Yeah, no, you can't tell at all. Hey guys, welcome to Bruder in Australia. Great to do a little info webinar session with you guys this morning. So what we're basically just going to do is just run through the product a little bit and not too in depth and just sort of go over it. As you all know, Linda and her husband have got one on its way. I think it's nearly arrived.
Yeah, it's days away.
Days away. So so tomorrow, she's mouthing. So yeah, so which is really exciting to have another one in the Seattle region as well. So yeah, so Bruder's basically started about 8 years ago. It started with two brothers, hence the name Bruder, which means brother in German. It's got a bit of German heritage in the business, but basically the boys are born and bred Australians as well. And like myself and like Ashley, we've all been in the four-wheel drive and off-road industry for quite a number of years. And basically the boys saw a niche opportunity to create something completely different to what everybody else was manufacturing at the time. So hence the Bruders were started. A little bit of bashing going on in the background of the factory at the moment this morning. So what basically started off with was a couple of prototypes. The boys took a couple of years off, built some prototypes, tested them around Australia, and hence we've come up with the EXP6, which has been the main one. And obviously we do a smaller version called the EXP4, and then we have another version coming shortly, which we look forward to showcasing later on in the year. So the EXP6 is basically designed on a fairly simple process of having a great suspension system and being what we don't like to call them caravans, we like to call them expedition trailers. So they're designed to sort of go anywhere off the grid for off-grid camping, off the road over here in Australia. Obviously, we do a lot of off-road four-wheel driving. There's a lot of caravans on the market, but there's very few that do exactly what we've designed the Bruder to do. So some of the key features of the Bruder is its size. It's the fact is it's only the same size as a car. So it's about 1900 wide. It's only about 6.7 metres, and I know I'm talking in different, but about 6.7 metres.
Which is about 21 foot.
Yep. And so yeah, so it's a nice compact size to tow behind the vehicle, and you'll fix me up on this one. So it's about 2,300 kilos, which is about 13 pounds. So you can all do the conversion and all that sort of stuff anyway. But the basis of the trailer is pretty much its suspension system. So we'll go through and show you the suspension system, but also the inside and how compact and all that is as well. So we'll go for a bit of a walk and we'll go through. So basically entering the room is all really nice and easy. It's just a big open door, and obviously we just walk inside. So this is the pop top model. So obviously this has a full vinyl roof area through here, solid roof obviously, but it operates on two electronic actuators. So basically what we're doing is obviously the roof is designed to go up and down for when you're traveling. So obviously down when you're traveling, and obviously up when you've got nice big ventilated windows and through here and all that as well. LED strip lighting. And then that opens up into the queen size bed. So you've got a full size queen size bed inside the trailer. And then some of our features are things like you've got air conditioning on the roof area. And one of our key features that we run and we talk about is our pressurisation system. So in Australia and obviously around the world, when you're towing a trailer, obviously dust is a massive issue. And because the trailer is being trailed behind the vehicle, dust can ingress inside vehicles, inside trailers and things like that. So we pride ourselves in really trying to get as much dust proofing as we possibly can. But then to fix that as well, we also do what we call a pressurisation system. So basically we have a little box up here, which is designed. So it's just a box section up there, which has a pressure fan inside it. So basically what that has is on the other side, on the roof, which we'll show you, is a dust housing cylinder. So it has two filters in it. So one's a wet filter and the other one's a dry filter. So the wet filter you'll be able to wash and clean. The dry filter you just need to give that a bang out. But what it's doing is a bit like an air conditioning does when you're in your car, with your windows up and everything. It's actually putting pressure inside the trailer, so therefore not allowing dust to egress inside the trailer. So again, another way of trying to keep the inside of the trailer completely dust free for all our customers. One of the biggest features with Bruder and what we've become known for is obviously our indoor-outdoor kitchen style arrangement that we've been able to source. So basically, it's designed for indoor and outdoor cooking. This one's been fitted with the induction cooktop, so obviously it runs off our battery system. And then you've got the sink and faucet, which is all just on the other side here from the bed area. Plenty of storage up through the areas in here. When we're traveling, a lot of people sort of say, oh, you know, things will move around and fall out. So when we travel, obviously the outside door is locked, but we also have these hard doors as well. So basically the hard doors are designed to keep everything in there. So that's what's creating the cupboard when we're traveling along. And then obviously when we get to camp, when we want to set up, we want to keep flies and things like that away and bugs. So we can also have bug screens on the windows as well. So giving you plenty of ventilation, all sorts of things. So here's where you would store all your condiments and lock and lock containers and things like that. And there's more storage on the outside of the trailer, which we'll show you as well for the kitchen area. Internally here, obviously covered space in through this section here for shelving. All the shelves are all fully adjustable all the way through. You've got storage underneath the bed areas as well. So you've got 2 big drawers underneath the bed, all the way through. And then obviously a large cupboard down beside the bed area as well that we can store things through, and then more cupboard space up through here. This one's been fitted with a microwave. Otherwise, this area is completely spare. And then you've got a 60-litre fridge, which we put inside the trailers, which can also be fully converted into a full fridge or full freezer. This is one of 2 fridges on the trailer. The other fridge is on the outside of the trailer, in the on the pull-out kitchen area, which we'll show you as we get around. Twin fans in here, so you've got 2 fans all the way through here to keep that airflow all nice and on. And then we've also got diesel heating, which also is operated through the diesel hot water system. So you've got diesel hot water and diesel heating on the trailer as well. So obviously you're able to set all that. It's an e-bash system, so it's a European design system. So it works incredibly efficiently. Basically has a small diesel tank in the nose box area. And then from there, obviously, then transports and creates heat through a heat exchanger, which is in one of the front compartments, which we will show you as well. All the blinds, so all your blinds on the trailer are all fully fly screened, and also with full blockouts and all that as well. So you've got all those sorts of things. And then obviously, if you want to take the grandkids away, or you've got the kids or anything like that, basically we can create this area into bunks very quickly and very easily. So we can do netting systems on here. This also allows you to sleep. So in the EXP6 PT, which is what we are in the pop top, you can sleep up to 6 people inside. So we can actually do another bunk across this area here, and then another bunk across this area here. So those bunks, these 2 bunks at the top here, can fully stay in those positions when the vehicle's being towed, and the same with these as well. So nice and easy, plenty of room in there. And then back to underneath this area here is where we store all the batteries and all that. So on the Bruder Expedition trailers, we have 600 amp hours of lithium batteries on board. We've got 600 watts of solar on the roof. And then we also run a 3,000 watt inverter as well through the trailer. So plenty of batteries and all that as well. And then in this area here, we have obviously a wet bath and shower. Plenty of storage up through the top area there. Your toiletries and things like that. And then shower head and toilet and all that as well. So, and a full length mirror. Back out through the door.
You might hold it, I'll demonstrate.
Yep. So basically it's just a 2-way door. So this door's designed that you can actually got a full metal fly screen on it as well. And so the hard case can stay there. So actually it's just demonstrating here, it just locks up to the top there. And then you've got your fly screen there as well. So you've still got that full nice ventilation. It locks in 3 positions at the top, middle and bottom. And then just completely goes back and locks in again. And you can open and shut your door. Large storage box there. So this is where you would put a washing machine. If you want to run a washing machine, we can put a shelf inside this as well. And it'd just be general storage if that's what you want to be able to do. Back over this area here, we've got the shower. So you've got an outdoor shower as well. So if you want to wash those muddy feet when you come back in, if you've been to the beach or somewhere like that, you can obviously got the outdoor shower you can use. And then underneath here, you've got storage in these storage lockers as well. So just a small amount of storage in there. And you've got 2 of those on either side. Then basically what we're going to do is just shut it up. So basically the step sits up, locks away, just on a little bungee. press the red button on the strut, and basically that door comes down and fully locks around. So basically that's what the back of the EXP6 looks like when the door's down. The reason we've got a rear entry is because of the whole world market. Is the fact is that when we were designing the EXP6, it was designed for the market to be not just available here in Australia. It was designed for a market that was worldwide. So basically, by having a rear entry, allows us to sell it in any country around the world because it's purely designed for rear entry. It's not designated by side entries or road entries or anything like that around the world. So obviously, you can't open a caravan door onto a roadside. So therefore, we'd be having to make a whole lot of different models. So by doing this, makes one platform. Also, it was also designed for transportation around the world. So basically, the EXP6, which is the one we're seeing here, fits perfectly into a 40-foot container, and also then can be transported around the world with the vehicle as well. Just on the side here, we've got a couple of drop-down tables, and then just basically the toilet area. So it's a cassette-style toilet that we operate with. And that's basically just a chemical style, which is nice and easy and clean to look after. A couple of drop-down tables on the sides here. So this one's got a couple of USB points and all that in it as well. And then we're back to the kitchen area. So that's where we were looking inside before. So obviously our induction cooktop through here. And then kitchen area and all that through there. So basically this is the big door on the side. It's just got two large latches on the side there, which actually just lock it away. So nice and easy. And then when you get to camp, you're simply just opening that up and the kitchen is ready to go. So we talked about the outdoor kitchen before. So basically it's just on a slide section through here. Just operates on slides. So just push the two latches down, pull it out there. It's a fair bit of storage on this. So we've got two drawers at the front here, which are nice and big. And then we've got a 60-litre fridge freezer combo. So basically refrigerator on that side and then freezer on this side. All nice and easy. And then we've got a large pantry style compartment on the front as well. So this is really nice and deep. Allows plenty of storage for dry foods and tins and other bits and pieces on the side there as well. Large front nose box on the trailer. So plenty of storage inside here. Winding handle for the annex for the manual override. We'll show you the tank on the other side. This one's been fitted with the 4.5 metre awning, so it's got a nice big awning on them. So it stands out, giving you plenty of shade. You can also fully enclose these awnings as well, so you can have a full room on the outside here as well, which makes it all nice and simple. On the front of the trailer up the top here, this is that pressurisation system that we were talking about before. So basically that's that housing. And then obviously you've got the air conditioning unit sitting beside it as well. Front nose box, obviously a spare wheel. So we also can match stud patterns and things like that as well of the vehicle. So if your vehicle's a Chevy or something like that and it's running 8 stud, then we can also match stud patterns as well to vehicles as we go through. And then obviously handbrake and jockey wheel as well on the front of it. We'll go through the hitch in a second. This is our diesel tank. Obviously, we're talking about for our diesel heating and hot water, which is stored in the front area. That holds about 12 litres of diesel and uses about 80 mil an hour. So incredibly efficient. Diesel heating system is in here. So basically, it's a tank full of glycol. In that tank, we run a heat exchanger through it, and basically it runs a little piston engine basically which just runs the diesel and all that as well. You've also got filtered water at the faucet, and then this is your compressor tank area. So you've got a storage tank of compressed air. So obviously when you're operating your compressor, you want to be able to make sure that you've got air available straight away. So that's why we have a storage tank. So it'll always fill up. So the minute you press the button to operate the suspension system, you'll find that tank will be full of air on the side. This is sort of the plain side of the Bruder, if you think of it like that. Not a lot on this side. This one's been fitted with another awning on this side, and then you've got options for being able to put tables and all that on there as well. And then Ashley's just going to put the awning. So it's all electric. So we like electric awnings. They're nice and easy. We're on holidays. We don't want to make it too difficult. So, and then they've just got easy legs and all that. And basically what we're looking at here is obviously what a lot of people like to talk about, which is our Bruder suspension system. So this is at full height. So at the moment you've got 12 inches or 300 millimeters of travel from all the way from the bottom at the top of the tyre all the way to the top of the guard. So inside this section here, obviously we've got 2 monotube shock absorbers. Basically, these are remote reservoir shocks. They're designed to basically allow pumping oil. So the suspension system is really designed for off-road, slow four-wheel driving when it's really hot. So when those shock absorbers are constantly moving, they're constantly pumping oil around, or even the high-speed trailing and all that as well. So you're never going to end up with shock fade on the trailer. So therefore, the suspension system is designed to work at maximum at all times. We use a 3-ton truck Firestone airbag. Inside this airbag is also a bump stop as well. So if the suspension system is completely to fail, it'll actually ride on its bump stops and not on metal to metal. You've got a large trailing arm here, which goes all the way through. And it's designed basically to keep this upright of the airbag completely upright. So therefore, again, the suspension system is always working when it's off-road. We've also got a cut-off switch here as well. So if you want to be able to, you would have seen in some of our videos that you can actually lock a wheel up and out. So it's basically drop the trailer all the way down, just simply lock the suspension off, put a strap around the shock absorbers, and then reinflate the suspension system. And basically what you'll find is that this wheel will then rise with the trailer when all the other wheels rise. So it's a really unique little feature that you can also makes it a little bit more maneuverable as well. If you want to got to get into a tight space, you can actually just trail it on 2 wheels as well. All our suspension system is also fully you're able to wheel align it as well. So we're able to adjust toe in and toe out as well on the trailer. So therefore we're not scrubbing tires out as well. So this is all our own design. One of the reasons we use round tube, simply because also it's less impact resistant as well. So therefore, if we get an impact on it, it's actually going to slide off. So if you're hitting a rock or a log, it's actually going to slide off. It's actually not hitting a flat surface in your arms when they're trailing around as well. So one of our unique little features. Love plenty of air suspension. So what we'll do now is we'll drop it down. So we'll see it come down. And this is all operated by a Garmin app handheld pad, which we'll show you in a second. So you can drop the trailer down. So the beauty about this is also the fact it's a great way to store your trailer. So if you're limited for height when you're storing your trailer, you can actually drop your suspension down, put it into a normal carport. As well. So there we go, all the way down to the ground. So, all the way through. We can fit up to a 35 or a 37-inch tyre underneath the guards on here. So these are a 33-inch tyre that we're running on this trailer as standard all the way through. So as you can see now, it becomes a bit of a low rider. We can drop it right down, depending on where we are camped and all that as well. So if you go, depending on how high you are, or how tall and how easy it is to get in and out of the trailer, we can adjust all that. And that's all adjusted on the keypad that Ashley's got, which she can run through with you if you like, on a couple of bits and pieces.
Yes, on your home page, with this one, you have the roof control. So that will control your electronic pop top. So you can put the roof up and down by this keypad. It'll show you the temperature inside the trailer, your battery voltage, and your freshwater tank levels. Your next page turns off or on all of your lighting. The next page is your suspension. So I was just using this to raise the trailer and lower the trailer. Your next page is all your switching. So this is where you'd turn your fridges on, your water pumps on, everything like that. And your last page is your battery page. So it's giving you an overview of what your batteries are doing. So this one's at 99%. It's got some current coming in. It'll show you if solar's coming in, and it'll show you the current going out as well.
So there we go. All right. So now, just quickly, has anyone got any questions while we're sort of floating around while we're at the XP6?
David, I have a question. It looked to me when I saw the pad, the control pad, you can raise and lower your unit on side to side? What I'm thinking about is when you're camped, if you're on an incline, you can pretty much level it off.
Correct, absolutely. So it's got a self-leveling system on it. So basically, when you get to camp, you would set up the kitchen side to where you want it, and then you'd simply press the auto level button, and then that trailer will then self-level itself. So, which is what it's doing now. So it's just coming back up to level now. So the beauty of it is you can adjust the pitch, obviously, with the jockey wheel, but you can definitely level your trailer up. So therefore, there's no jack wheels on the bottom of the trailer or anything like that.
Right.
Any other questions?
When you have the top down and it's set up ready to roll, how high is the unit?
Yeah, so at its lowest point is to about 2.2. And then, of course, it completely adjusts. So what you would do is you normally adjust it to suit your vehicle. So basically, if you've got a Chevy and you've got 37-inch wheels on it and it's jacked up as well, then you can set the trailer up at exactly the same height, so it sits nice and level. So there's no set height when traveling with the Bruder. So it's basically you set it to look neat and tidy with the vehicle, and off you go.
Excellent. Okay, thank you.
So nice and easy. So yeah. So I'll give you a quick tour. So basically, this is our factory. So we've got a few being made, obviously a few in progress at the moment. So this one's getting ready to be just in the final inspection stage. This one's getting ready to head off to Europe, this one. This is obviously all our fitting and out and all that. So this is a little EXP4, which has just come onto the line. So it's already started its fit out. So basically this is a bit more of a teardrop style camper. Okay, so this is all just got the roof and boards are already been done. So then these will all be soft vinyl wrapped and all that as well. This has got its storage area and all that inside. So basically in this area here is the bed area where you'd be sleeping. We'll take one through and finish one in a second. Obviously all the boys basically all the boys having smoke at the moment. That's why it's nice and quiet. But yeah, basically all the manufacturing is all done in here. Obviously putting everything together. The boys work off lists and all that as well. So there's the kitchen area going into the little EXP4. And then this is a EXP6 GT, so which is the hard roof. So this one's just come onto the line yesterday. So for fit out. So this is sort of a bare shell section on it at the moment. Rear door's not in yet or anything like that. So they're just all they've done so far is they've just started lining the roof and also weather lining the guards and all that as well for cold climate as well. So all our kitchens that all go into the trailers. And then this is obviously the big area, which obviously where the kitchen and all that goes once it all gets fitted off and out. Roofing mechanism. So this is obviously our roof and pod section over here. So we've got pods there. Roof mechanism. So this is a pop-top roof upside down getting put together at the moment. So this is the electronic actuators that we run inside the pods and obviously all the aluminium framing to keep it nice and lightweight. Again, the roof, this whole mechanism system is something that was designed by us, by Bruder. So you can actually lift heavy snow loads and all that as well with our product if you're camping in those areas. And then this is one sort of part finished, which is where this roof will go. So boys are starting to line all this out at the moment, fitting out all the electrical boards. And also all the kitchen cabinetry all being done at the same time. So no roof on this one yet. This roof will be done as we come along. So yeah, and then obviously down through here is our chassis line. So all our trailing arms and all that are all done through here. So this is a little EXP4 chassis that's being put together at the moment with our full arms. All the cables and bracketry and all that goes through. And then basically this is a big 6. So the 6 one's just started being fitted out. So obviously they've put the airbags on, trailing arms and all that as well, all sitting there. And so this is obviously, the base area. So this is obviously where your water tanks fit. This is the thoroughfare area through here. This is that area where we had the diesel hot water system and all that. And then the other side of that you'll find is where you drag out your outdoor kitchen. So yeah, so we've got a little EXP4 here. So this one here is a little one. So this one's got solar on the front of it. Some storage boxes on top and all that as well. Kitchen area, we'll run out the back and have a quick look. This is a customer's one. We're just come in for some revamps and some upgrades we've done on it all as well. So nice complete kitchen on the back area there. So same fridge that we run in the 6, just that nice little 60-litre fridge. And then obviously you all got storage all the way through here. And the kitchen sink and all that as well. It's a propane system, this one. So this is obviously a 2-burner gas cooking style system on this. So, but yeah, nice and compact and easy and nice and lightweight. About 1,100 kilos, the trailer weighs. So again, same principles in chassis and suspension and all that we use in the main part of the Bruder section as well. So gives you a little bit of an idea of what they're like inside. So this one's, yeah, mattress inside, all nice and finished. You've got nice LED lighting that sits around all the area. So it gives you some nice lighting inside and all that as well. So, and then obviously storage all the way through that top area. So yeah. So it's a bit of a quick walk around our facility. We've got our own trimming section and all that as well. So people want to do leather and couches and things like that. We can do leather lounge suites and leather headboards and things like that. So in here's our upholstery room. So we've got leather and all that hanging up on the top there as well. So this gives us a nice board area. So we've got a couple of upholsterers worked tirelessly trying to get everything done. So everything in the Bruder is all upholstered, so it's all soft touch furnishings on the inside to give it a bit of that luxe feeling. Also, we can do leathers and upgrades and leathers. All our kitchens are all nice and white and clean, all easy to wipe down as well through those things as well. So there you go. Have we got any questions?
David, can you give a little bit of the history behind the whole company, how it got started and all that good fun stuff?
Yep, so basically, as I said before, the company was started by the 2 brothers. And it was basically a design idea that they came up with. They'd been selling another product for years called Conqueror Campers. And then the boys decided that, they wanted to do something different for themselves. And it was all designed around about, mum and dad were looking for something that was easy to use and go camping with and not something that was so, chaotic to set up, which is what a lot of caravans can be sometimes. So that's how the concept came. But it was also about something that was lightweight and using materials that were easy to work with. So basically we use a high density core composite throughout our trailers, which is about 30 mil thick all the way through. And then that's surrounded by an outer skell of aluminium. So basically on the trailers, you're seeing sort of outer areas that are aluminium in different colours. So what that does is actually make the trailer nice and lightweight. So it's not a heavy product to tow or use. But the biggest part was also suspension and how the trailer would handle off-road. As we all know, Australia's pretty renowned for some pretty hardcore off-road tracks and long travel on those roads. With some of those roads, like the Tanami tracks, over 1,000 kilometres of just dirt road, which is normally heavily rutted through, from road trains and heavy trucks and machinery and all that. So you want a van that's going to be able to stand up to those sort of rigours for 12 hours or 14 hours of travel as well. So that's why the concept of the product came around. It's the same reason as the widths and the lengths as we talked about before. We did a rear door entry basically so we could export the trailer worldwide. We're very lucky, probably 50% of what we manufacture gets exported overseas. So that's to Europe, UAE, obviously the US, which is a massive growing market for us. We've got trailers going, at the moment we've got a trailer going to Tanzania. We've got trailers going to the Falkland Islands. We've got trailers going to Canada and all that as well, starting to pick up as well. So it's a great story for us. Obviously, especially in these times with COVID and all that and everything going on, it completely changes how people want to travel around. And at the moment, we're nearly an 11-month wait for a trailer if you were to order one today. So it gets out there pretty quickly.
How much, I'm sorry, how much I would have to pay for the smallest one, what you showed me already, or us already. The
What was
small
that,
one,
sorry?
the small trailer, what is the price level for the small trailer?
Price level of that is, so Australian dollars around about the 63,000 Australian dollars.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's how many US? Do you know how many US or euros? Do you know how many euros?
Euros on a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to work it out for you.
No, you PIMA down, only PIMA down, not to completely. That I have a feeling for the level, you know, for the price level.
Yeah.
40 something for the little one.
Yeah, I think it's about 40
Yes, ma'am?
Yep, 45.
45.
Yeah, 45.
Yep.
And then you obviously have to pay your VAT when it arrives and everything as well.
Do you have business partners in the US?
No. We sell direct.
Okay.
So,
Interesting.
Yep.
I really like the small one because I think, you know, when you really want to make a small ride, have the bikes with you, you know, it's you know, honestly, you need only something to sleep, can clean you up, you know, after a day, and then it's perfect. I really like it. Yeah. I like the unique stuff. I really like the unique stuff. This is why I really like it.
Yeah. Now the little 4 is proving very, very popular with all sorts of people, from people looking to retire and just wanting to go away for weekends, to people that that want to travel extensively with them as well, because it's a nice sized little trailer and incredibly comfortable and to sleep in as well. So you can spec it up to a whole lot of different levels. So depending on what your budget wants to be spending.
Yeah, but it's technical on a very high level. So yeah, very nice.
Nice and easy.
Compliment. Very big compliment.
Thank you. So
Yeah, it looks like it's very well put together. I mean, it looks like well, it is. It's made to go off-road and take a beating.
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And I think that's one of the big features of it, is the way it is put together. Does give it a lot of strength. It's not relying, like traditionally caravans are normally built using the chassis and then they bolt walls to it and they build up. The chassis and the trailer itself, these are two different sections. So the body part of the trailer is actually a pod. So it's actually not relying on the chassis to give it any strength. It actually bolts down like a car does onto a normal vehicle chassis. So that's another reason why we get those nice big guard areas, which is designed to be like a car in a lot of instances, because we get that suspension travel, but it's all individual parts.
We had a speaker a couple months back from Overland Bound. You guys heard of them or been in contact with them?
With Overland Expo?
Overland Bound.
No, not Overland Bound. I haven't spoken to them. I've spoken to a whole lot of people.
If you'd like, yeah, if you'd like, we could make a connection. You know, we've got the contact information for the gentleman that's.
Yep. Sure.
Be happy to do that.
Absolutely.
How long are the campers in the normal basis? Meters, please, if you can. I'm sure you can.
6 is 6.7 meters from drawbar to end, and then the smaller model is 4.9 from drawbar to end.
Great.
When you get an order for one, how much time does it take once you get the order to when it's completed?
Yep. So
It only takes about 3 to 4 weeks to actually build one from start to finish, but our current lead time has us booking out July of next year.
Good for your vacation, Keith, for next year.
Okay. So it's a very easy, simple process. Obviously, we do a lot of these sort of conversations with customers, Zoom calls or Skype calls, because obviously not everyone can get here. Even in Australia at the moment, we've got people that aren't allowed to travel around Australia. So we're still selling trailers to people over online and things like that. Some people don't even see their trailer or touch a trailer until it actually arrives in their port in their home country. So we're very, very lucky that people have a huge trust and respect for what we've built. And also, you know, are excited as much as we are every time we sell a trailer. You know, we love the feeling, we love the accomplishment for the customer. You know, a lot of customers, you know, the feedback we get from them as well, and the friendships that we also make as well. So Linda and Jim are a prime example of a little friendship that was struck up really, really nicely with them.
Yep, you're gonna have to come visit.
We are going to have to come visit.
Not at the moment. It's too smoky over there, Linda.
Oh, yeah, you want to see? This is better than what it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday, you could see nothing.
Yeah, I saw some photos the other day of they were showing some in the city with the needle, and you could hardly see it.
Seattle, you mean Seattle, right?
Seattle, yeah.
Just the whole western side of Washington is just smoke filled.
Yeah.
A nice thing about the club that you're speaking to right now is we actually have members all across the US and Canada. And we have a member in Mexico City and Guatemala, right? So you can come just do a massive tour. Just, you know, come into the port at Baltimore near me. And then you can just, it's just a couple hour drive from me to Linda.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Sounds like a plan.
30 hours.
Yeah, look, it's oh, that's nothing. That's an easy.
Yeah,
drive.
I know.
It's hard to imagine at the moment that you can't just jump on a plane and do what we want to do. I mean, that's something like, you know, as people, we've always been able to just jump on, you know, flights, you know, they're just talking about just trying to get 6,000 people back from overseas at the moment to bring them back into Australia because they're limiting the numbers of how many people can fly in. So it's just an amazing world we're living in at the moment.
It is. My son was in New Zealand when the shutdown happened, and we got like the last flight out to come back home. But one of the nice things, I hope for you guys, one of the nice things would be that a lot more people are doing a lot more camping. To be honest, I'm part of a couple other groups that I'm part of a women's adventurers group, and nobody's flying because you can't. But people are asking a lot of good questions about camping and about equipment.
Yeah. No, you're completely right. And it's one of the reasons, I suppose, we've had a bit of a spike in our sales as well. Obviously, when COVID hit, things plummeted pretty quickly because nobody knew what was going to happen, but they've also come back up pretty quickly as well. And so a lot of people that would normally travel overseas are deciding to stay here in Australia, and the same in the US and overseas is the inquiry we're getting of people that have normally travelled quite extensively and now saying, well, look, no, actually, I'm going to order my trailer now because I don't want to go overseas for a while. I'm just going to travel in my own country. So we're very lucky with them choosing a Bruder.
Nice. Have you guys done any humanitarian things? Like I could see where a tough vehicle that could get to places that have maybe been hit by a tsunami or a hurricane might be quite useful. Is that something that you've looked into?
We've had inquiries.
Dan's actually in talks with some people in the US at the moment as a like an SES recovery vehicle.
Yeah. Yep. So we get a lot of inquiry about it from a whole range of people. Like we're building a very special product at the moment, which is basically a GeoLab, and that's on a new platform that we're designing, and that's purely for the mining and petroleum industry and gas and all that sort of stuff as well. But it could easily be managed into a first aid station or anything like that. So there's a whole lot of, just because we build what we build at the moment, we've also got another line that we want to be able to morph into other things if that's what people require.
Okay, how about a
That's
basic?
fantastic.
How about a basic camper for motorcycles?
I haven't got that one yet, but definitely one that we can look at. Normally with BMs and all that sort of stuff, you don't need a camper because you can go anywhere on your bike.
Well, some of us we don't like sleeping on the ground anymore.
Rory, it's not a question of not liking, it's a matter of you can't handle it anymore.
It's the getting back up off the ground, the hard part.
Nah, I just like a comfortable thing to lay on, that's all.
Yeah.
But you know what I think right now we have like a disaster group in Rotary. It's a special group. They go in all the areas. They are, right now, I think they work in Louisiana. Now there's a big storm in Florida, Louisiana come in right now. She's still working. So I think your trailer would be perfect, when the teams have to go in to host them, because normally there is no hotel anymore. So
Correct.
You know, one member of our district over here is working for the disaster aid, and maybe it's good to make a contact overseas, because maybe they can order one for the team. You know, they have, I think, over the country 5 or 6 teams.
Yep.
So that would be, because they have, sometimes they don't know when they're going up, where they stay or where they're living, or, you know, that would be a great opportunity for them to be independent for everything.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, it's correct. I mean, and that's the beauty of the new product that we're designing at the moment, is it'd be very easily to be able to accommodate it, probably up to 6 or 7 people inside, very easily with bunks and stuff like that. So it's just a different platform.
Anybody else have questions for David and Ashley? Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for coming and coming on and doing our program today. Appreciate it. I think everybody.
Our absolute pleasure.
Well, thank you. It was very informative.
Thank you very much. Thank you all. Hope you all stay nice and safe where you are, wherever you are. And on behalf of us and Bruder, thank you very much for giving us the time to show you around and show you what we do.
Thank you so much. Great presentation.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
You too.
See you, Ashley. Okay.
Oh, now Linda's spotlighted. Hi, Linda.
Oh,
God. No. Nobody wants that.
Who wants to see that?
Ugh.
Spotlight.
Unspotlight.
What you don't want to see? I couldn't understand.
It's whoever's talking. Whoever's talking is being spotlighted.
No, now you are.
Oh, come on now. Welcome to my son's bedroom, y'all.
There's the question.
What's that? Why I'm in.
Let's see. What else is new? I haven't seen you guys for a while.
Not a whole lot. I went up and I actually met John Cram for the first time in person the other day. I said John's name and it switched to him. That was creepy. I met John Cram for the first time in person. We drank some wine and sat out at his beautiful vineyard, or his winery, and looked at all the butterflies. The guy playing guitar was really good, John.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. We have that every Sunday through the end of November.
It's nice. It's too close for us not to come back. We'll have to come back up.
Well, I guess.
And they have some good wine there too.
Truth. I brought myself a bottle of Scrapple, which sounds nothing like it tastes.
What is Scrapple?
Oh, go ahead, John. You probably describe it better.
In Pennsylvania, Scrapple is made with pork that's not good enough for Spam.
Okay.
Okay. And you fry it up, and a lot of people put syrup or something. Our Scrapple stands for sweet cranberry apple.
So it's a sweet apple wine. It's good.
Okay, by the way, congratulations, John, for your donation ride. So for your polio ride, I think it's with the help of Bill Gates, you have a little bit more than you planned to make, right?
I'm very pleased. Raised a little over $5,000. Thank you very much to everybody who donated. Donations ranged in size anywhere from $10 to $1,000. Most of them being 50 or 100. So I'm very pleased with that.
Right, completely over. Are you done?
I'm back home now. I got back last Wednesday. I made it out to Death Valley, rode Death Valley, went up on the eastern side of the Sierra Nevadas, is where I first encountered all that smoke.
Yeah.
I think Linda was telling you about, and I saw it all the way back to Salt Lake City, and then some. But this was my third trip out west, and one of the things I found is the West is long, flat, and barren is long, flat, and barren, and it doesn't change.
Yes, definitely.
So, and unless there's a good reason, I don't see any need to go west of the Mississippi anymore.
But sad that you cannot meet in Texas because of this weather conditions, you know, that was a little bit sad as well.
Yeah, the two hurricanes caused me to change initial. I met up with Jerry. He and I met up in Ohio. Then we drove down into West Virginia and North Carolina, rode the Snake, and then we split up at the end of the Snake. I went south and he came back north. But initially I was going to go down to Pensacola, but I was going to get there about the time that one of the hurricanes showed up. And I just saw no need to ride in a hurricane.
It's not fun. Not really.
So how many miles on the new bike?
I went over 11,000 on this trip, and I think I've had it 5 months. This trip was about 7,000 miles. A little shorter than I wanted to, but then, like I said, the hurricanes and the smoke kind of shortened my ride.
Yeah, I haven't ridden since Friday on my ride. But luckily I can add miles next month, so that'll be good. I still have 498 miles to go.
Yeah, but John, you know, it's good that you've got enough sense to know when it's safe to call it a day and not try to push it.
Yeah, old age does that to you.
Linda, do you have contact information for, was it the guy's name from tonight, David? Dave?
I do. I do.
I found Kent's contact information from Overland Bound too. We can connect them. Who's got a happy bucks moment to share?
I have
Mr.
a happy
Cram.
buck for my ride.
Good stuff.
I've got a happy buck because I went camping this weekend for the first time since I got back from Florida the middle of March. And it's been killing me.
But that's not a happy one, right?
No, I didn't. I got to go camping. So, I mean, I'm happy that I'm back out on the road a little bit.
Yeah, you are right.
What, were you guys at a, sorry, go ahead, John.
I think our speaker's point about getting back up after you've been camping in a tent is it's more challenging now.
Keith, where did you stay? I know you said you were over on the Eastern Shore, right?
I'm sorry?
Where did you stay? You said you were over on the Eastern Shore?
Oh, yeah. I was up at Kilmarnock, up on the northern neck.
Oh, okay.
Just south of the Potomac, in between the Rappahannock and Potomac.
Was it a state park or was it?
This was a big farm. We were dry camping. There was about 18 rigs up there for a motorcycle Goldwing Road Riders event.
Cool. Somebody shared, I'm going to draw a blank on what it was called. Somebody shared a website today in my adventurers group for private camping because a lot of the state park campgrounds are closed. And so people are doing like Airbnb for their land. I'll try to remember what it was called and share it with you guys. But I was like, that's kind of a cool idea. I wouldn't probably go by myself, but it's a good idea.
There's a bunch of different groups. I joined 3 different ones. There's one called Harvest Hosts where you can stay at a winery, a brewery, or a distillery or museum for free one night. And then the concept is you buy some wine or, beverages or something from the owner. And then there's a bunch of different ones. You just have to research them all. Need to get
We
discounts.
used to participate in the Harvest Toast here, but with my many absences, Catherine wasn't comfortable with strangers here on the property and she here alone. So but it's a nice deal. It can be a farm, it can be a winery, any number of places.
That'd be fun. And I could talk to a brick wall, right? So I never have any problems making friends. It's kind of like talking to Zoom sometimes, talking to a brick wall. You guys are really quiet tonight.
Chris has to run. Looks like he's not
Running.
going to go very far. He's
I
sitting
was
on-
gonna say, I'm not impressed with your running stance.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out too. I'll see you all next week.
All right, have a good week.
Have a good night, John. See you later, Chris. All right, can we close with the four-way test before we lose everybody? Let's see. Deb, I picked on you once already. So, Rory, would you like to lead us in the four-way test?
Okay, ready?
Hmm?
Oh, I don't need that. The 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth?
Is it
Second, is it
Is
fair
it
to
fair
all
to
concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? And fifth, will it be fun?
It'll be fun.
Will there be rum?
Thank you,
So
Rory.
that's number 6.
What is
Good
number
night,
6?
everyone.
Linda, thanks again for
Bye,
setting the.
Keith.
Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
Thanks, guys. Have a great week.
You
Yeah.
too. Bye-bye.